Hey you guys, welcome to Black Unicarns. And I'm doing this presentation because it's like what I'm saying to you has to be in writing too. And so it's like today I'm just going back over those posts that I was looking at. I was like, let me really explain. So every last one I'm just gonna go through and explain why this is stupid. And why this is not anybody's problem. Like, this stuff was never for these people. So let's look at it. So the first thing is that the conversation between Tam and her son, that's when I was like, this girl has stolen a conversation that me and my son were having at 1405 West Main, Belleville, Illinois. Belleville, Illinois. I forgot. I think the zip code is 62226. Let's put the zip code in there too. 62226, and I was in apartment A because I was upstairs. And so what it was is like, because I'm just gonna lay it out for y'all. So then it's like y'all really understand the real. Let's see, an eavesdropping conversation. And y'all, guess what happened from this? What happened was they actually had to make a law in Illinois about eavesdropping because they were eavesdropping at the police station. Law in Illinois about eavesdropping because they, oh God, why is that wrong? Because they began eavesdropping at the Illinois police station. So when I started to make my show, what they would do is they would add stuff to the reel that was from my show. So that was it. At that time, that's when all this kind of sex trafficking stuff started, because they would have, I guess they were recording inside of the apartment. They were not just listening to the sound. They were listening to what was inside the apartment. So I had just got raped and lost the baby. So that was when I did that. The rape was on 3410 Hartford, and it was by a guy named Dimitri in St. Louis, Missouri. It was a flat, St. Louis, Missouri, by Dimitri. And Dimitri would act like he knew something about me. So what the details that Dimitri would come to say that he knew about me would be when it was from the Phi Beta Sigmas. Okay, so the Phi Beta Sigmas and also Joel McCombs. He says his name is Joel McCombs. Would try to involve me in or put it in my head that I would be a part of an orgy or something. An orgy. Wanted me to be a part of an orgy, and I refused. So when this one guy would be sleeping with me, his name was Terry, he would do the same thing as Dimitri would do. He would just try to say I would be in a orgy. I would maybe do a porno, whatever. I stopped sleeping with Terry because of that. So Dimitri, when he was sleeping with me, he would say the same thing. So Dimitri also raped me because he was helping me with my car. He busted into my house, pushed me against the bed, bent me over, and raped me. He wasn't finished. He came back into, when I was putting my clothes back on, I was in the living room. He bent me again over my desk and raped me again. And that's it. So it's I want to lay this out to you, because if I came from Texas into Missouri, and now this man thinks that he knows something about me sexually from college, that is sex trafficking, because he forced me to try to have sex with him. Y'all understand? So that's what it is. It's This is why I keep telling you this is sex trafficking, because I'm not sharing any history of myself with any of these men. But these men come into my life and try to be in a relationship with me, and they know all this stuff about my sexual history. Okay, sex for sale, sex traffickers. What do sex traffickers do? Sex trafficking is the crime of using force, fraud, or coercion to induce another individual to sell sex. So it's like, for me, I always feel like, did somebody get paid for this shit? Because they keep using details of a rape from a Phi Beta Sigma set up by then a man named Thomas. I don't know Thomas's last name, but he was a neophyte that year for the Sigmas. So that's it. So you see what I'm saying? All this is going on at the same time, because now also I have a acting teacher that wants me to date Joel McCombs. Joel McCombs. And also 2 other students. And 2 other older gentlemen. Yeah, I just want to be out of this so bad. Okay. And 2 other older gentlemen that want him to have sex with me. To hear me moan. This was told to me by Richard, another classmate. They wanted me to feel stupid after this. Y'all understand what I'm saying? They wanted me to feel bad. That's why he told me. Nothing was bad about what I was doing. Nothing. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, if they know all the details from what happened in this classroom and the relationship that I had with Joel McCombs, that again is sex trafficking, because you're going to use that information to try to talk me down or talk me out of my panties, right? You're going to try to coerce me into having sex with you. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like, this is why this has been sex trafficking since college. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into is my name is Shanteschuler. This may have been my father and my mother. So my father, I think that he may have Norvell Mitchell. May have set me up with a what is this person called, a pedophile, when I was younger and he needed drugs. We went to a train with the white man and my father told me do not speak. He ordered me the smallest gumbo because he didn't have much money. He told me don't order anything else, just the gumbo. And so he was there with his daughter. And my dad sat there the whole time with his hands in his pockets. And I don't know what happened, because after that is when I started to be sought out by pedophiles. Men began to look at me, touch me in the wrong places, and were trying to molest me. So I know I'll tell you guys about the pool and how the guy tried to molest me in the pool. My stepfather was also invited to a party where there were other pedophiles there. He said it was inappropriate for us to be there, so we couldn't be there. But it was kids there too. So, and we're trying to molest me. Let's keep going. So my mother may have been a part of this. Eva McGee. with Elder. And I also tell y'all about the man that was at her house with a boyfriend. That was happened first. He humped me in my sleep. And I told her, and she pretended that I was wrong instead of putting him out. The next situation involved Elder, and I think that she was trying to exploit him for money. And that's probably why she was trying to put me on drugs too. She kept trying to put me on drugs, and it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm located at the Magdala tiny houses. They have committed tax fraud with my son's social security number. My son has been kidnapped. They keep trying to control my accounts and money. They consistently send people to make comments to me that have been recorded inside my houses, cars, and now shelters and libraries. Again, that is part of sex trafficking, because some of these men will try to use that information to coerce me into having sex. Y'all, I was a kid executive. I have been a kid executive since I was like 5 or 6 years old. I just always helped them with ideas and different things like that, and I continue to do that. I have been sought for my inventions, jobs, and ideas as a child. I am also Barry Gordy's and Diana Ross's godchild. My life may have been given to Tracy Ellis Ross and her sisters first. So they would just like take some ideas of the stuff I want to do and just like let them do it instead of me. And that's all they keep doing. Please help. I'm an author and a writer. Stalked since college by fraternities and sororities for my writing in my life. I actually wrote the song 50 Feet Tall. It was actually a poem. Wrote a poem 50 Feet Tall. And I did not know Erykah Badu recorded it. And Erykah Badu recorded the song, and later my journal was taken by the Alphas. Also, a letter that I wrote to my father was taken by the Alphas. They would later use that in the Real Housewives for Nene. It was stolen by Mark. Okay, so right, later used for Nene Leakes, and some of these people may have been murdered too, because it makes people successful. My life makes other people successful. Okay, so and that was it. So also, not only that, I wrote another letter about getting my teeth fixed and getting help from for the Tyra show. So another letter was stolen from the Tyra show as well. My teeth fixed, losing weight. They have had all them doing this. Teeth fixed, losing weight, and what else was it? And creating a TED Talk about my journey. That's what the other lady did. April Mason. Was stolen for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's now being used, for love and hip hop. Atlanta. And they are also using like all the like cases and all that stuff, like all the drama that they created with Marcus, Dwayne Boyd, and all this abuse. They're using that as well. Please help. I was also stalked by Jewish women for my inventions and to help me not populate the community with more dark children. So they don't know that I'm a queen. No, most people don't. They don't know that's why. That was probably part of the Holocaust. So, the problem with this is that the invention that I have created is now being used against me because they talk on this shit all fucking day, and it is sex trafficking. Because when a person is in a relationship or having sex, this person will actually talk them through sex. This person talks about everything in the room. You could look, if I'm touching this, that she's touching the teapot. She put the teapot there. Now I'm doing this show right now. This person keeps saying she's telling the truth. Everything that happens, and it's like the whole time this person is actually somewhere in this room. It's something in here they watch us with. I don't know where it comes from. They say it's from the window. I try to close the window. People can still see me masturbate. You see what I'm saying? You can still see the shit on my hands. You can still see it's poop in my underwear. It's just like every fucking thing. They just watch every fucking thing you do and sit there and analyze. Sometimes they'll go back over my shows and talk about the shows. This morning, they were talking about Sean Jones and how he might be in love with me and how Mo could be in love with me too and all this different stuff. And it's like, really, I don't give a fuck because I'm a hostage. I'm a fucking hostage. I'm a goddamn hostage and I'm not supposed to be. This is not your invention and this is not what it was meant for. I am being sex trafficked right now. And it has only happened when, after they got me out of the hospital, after I got out of the hospital, I got to my house and it started with that bullshit. If anybody in East St. Louis knows, this man used to go around telling this story, like where it's like, you can lay down and die. My cousins will tell you the story. Patrick and Eric can tell you. The person will be like, yeah, it's time for you to lay down and die. I'm not about, no. And that's what it happened. So it's like this recording started, and then you feel like you're about to have like a seizure. You're not going to have a seizure. I just stood there. I was like, fuck y'all. So they did that shit too in at 1405 West Main in Belleville. But when it started, I was at 2104 Washington Avenue. That is not what this was for. Alton, Illinois. I don't know the zip code anymore. And that's it. So that's why all the people are listening. The people are listening because they have gotten shows from me such as Power. They have gotten shows like what was it? It was Power. It was something else. Power. Oh, I don't know the shows, y'all. I can't even go over the shows. Like, it's just so many shows. So let me just list Power. I'm the character for the Wu-Tang girl. Wu-Tang sister. What else? The Real. Red Table Talk. They did all this when I was at that the apartment. Lauren London and what's his name? Also, what Nipsey Hussle is me. So let me see. And I'm thinking it's this light skinned girl that's talking about she worked with all these people. David Banner. That's me. Let me see what else. But this was all taken from 1405 Washington Avenue. The stuff with David Banner was taken when I was in Texas. No, I'm sorry. 1405 West Main. Because he was one of the first people too. Him and your girl, Niecy Nash. But it was just the shows for Niecy Nash. Like, Niecy Nash is herself. It's just the whole thing of I can take a trash to treasure. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that Dan Anderson told them that. Like, that's what I do. I take things that you don't want and I just change it into something else. David Banner. That was in Texas on what street is that? Oh God, it was like a main street. I always remember. Let me see. Was that on is that Hartford? 34. No, that wasn't Hartford. It's something else that started with an 8. Shanteschuler's addresses in Texas. Not Town and Country. It was another one. I sat on this street twice. while I was in Texas. Let me see. Oh man, I forgot the name of the street. It's not Hartford. It's something else that starts with the H. But I'll figure it out. So anyway, they said David Banner. Who else? What else? Power Hill. And I already told y'all the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think some of it was some of the other housewives too. The one who was like, I want a new pussy. I was thinking that's that bitch too, because she don't take care of her kids. Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now let's talk about the stars. You got Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and that's from my classroom. I'm talking about it's just countless. Oh my God, Maya Angelou. They started with Maya Angelou too. Just start taking my quotes and giving them to Maya Angelou, like making memes like Maya Angelou did it. Oh, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Issa Rae, Abbott Elementary. That's mine too. Quinta B. And so that's it. Like, I'm just going through. Okay, next. Please help. I'm a queen. I was stalked by Elizabeth, the Queen of England, for a clue into my power and to destroy my family and legacy. So she just stalks, and like, it's like any ideas, all this different stuff. They try to like, I still kind of help with England a little bit, but it's not like a whole lot because I don't know how to help. My aunt Lada used to be the person that like was the connection between England and the United States, and it's like she really was a spy. My auntie Coletta Thomas was a spy. Let's move on, because that bitch dead, and hopefully her son don't come after me. Okay, please help. I'm a mother. I was stalked by other women for being an excellent teacher and mother. People got mad at me and started stalking me for that. That shit started at Nova Academy because Nova Academy started this shit and passed it on. My family wanted to break me, which meaning Coletta Thomas, meaning take all of my riches and leave me with nothing. They already used my money, so it was like it wasn't something they had to do. And Coletta was jealous of that. I was stalked by television writers and podcast producers instead. Please help. I was a friend. I used to meet some children that worked in television for play dates. I have written scripts, helped with videos and movies. I gave a gift to Drake, Beyonce, and Nelly, and mainly Beyonce. I didn't know what Drake was doing. I thought he wanted to be a singer. But Nelly told me straight up he wanted to be a rapper. And that was it. I just tell them and they help. I love where they are. I helped with the creation of the Cosby Show. Oh, I gotta go back. Grownish and The Real World. They took Grownish from inside of my car. In the real world, I actually sat down and talked to somebody, so I'm not upset with that person at all. Boss, these people have stolen my life's work in my life and have tried to sell it to create talk shows, series, music, books, and reality television. Y'all not talking about these bitches on TV because they ain't shit no fucking way. They don't have an idea in their fucking head at all. Y'all tell them everything to fucking do. Homeless, I have refused to be murdered. They murdered my family and created a name for Shawnee and Nene Leaks. This person has tried to murder me as well. My grandmother, Theophilus Nichols, was murdered because of Nova Academy. My stepfather was murdered as well. My mother was murdered because of private information being leaked. They thought that they had to murder somebody in my family again and murder my mother in November, the same way they did my grandmother. With a heart, they was trying to do something to her heart. My cousins Colada Allen, Myra McCoy, and Amy Roberts have been murdered and falsely diagnosed with diseases. And I think that this was done by Tyrone, which is Ty, because he was renting Myron's house, his trailer. Tyrone was renting Myron McCoy's trailer. I'm gonna try to get y'all killed. I ain't playing. I'm not joking because I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I don't need to be here. And Amy Roberts was killed too. And I think that they tried to kill me the same way. First, they tried to give me the blood disease. That's why I have thalassemia. Let me look that up. Is that how you spell trailer? How do you spell trailer? That is trailer. So look, they gave me thalassemia or whatever, and I think it's after surgery. Um, and that was it. So I think again, that's something that we have to look at. Also, what else? What I gonna say? I have been raped and drugged. Why do I have drooped? But I have to change that to raped and drugged repeatedly in different states where men pretend to know my sexual history because of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Again, that's part of sex trafficking. Hostage. I'm being held hostage by some mentally handicapped individuals because of an invention that will help reform criminals and get them back on their feet and back to living a healthy life after jail. This is not the same invention as the one that they talking to us around. This is like this the one that I'm talking about now, where they just like talking all the time through the walls. That shit was invented by me when I was 6 or 7 years old. This person has sought out to trap and record me so that my conversation with my son are repeated back to me from other individuals that I work with and saw on the street. So, like, say, for instance, right now I'm doing this and this in her. That's what he has this woman in the office, Cora, doing. So whenever Cora sees a video or does something, he'll have Cora repeat it tonight like it's a different story. Bitch, don't do that. You see what I'm saying? It's not your fucking business. Leave me the fuck alone. I am being held hostage. These conversations have also been used in rap songs as well as Instagram stories and television, and also on reality television. My family is being held hostage in Cahokia. Kalada Allen's family, I wrote a story about a man with 3 girls keeping people, so they did the same thing to Mo too. I didn't put it on her, but they have Mo saying he got 3 girls or something like that, so they was trying to change them into my story. So it was Mo, and then also Kalada Allen's mother is also being held hostage too because this girl is saying that she's her daughter, and I never met her a day in my fucking life. East St. Louis, my 2 aunts plus my cousin Patrick are being held hostage. I haven't had a chance to check on my other family in East St. Louis. And in Fairview Heights, my cousin Nikki, she just drives like she's in a trance or whatever. And also my cousin Terrell is in East St. Louis. He's being held hostage too. They are holding all of us hostage so they can give all this shit to reality TV like it's their life. It's not. They are, and they stealing stuff from my stories. Like I said, it's open for you to see what I'm writing now. You will just see that it's the same shit. They're going to try to rehash the same shit. They actually took my story that I put on YouTube when I started telling y'all about how I was a queen and tried to make it into a fucking, and put it on the Lord. What is it? The new Amazon show about the rings. That's actually my story being said by, it's some white bitch just doing it. No, it's not. It was me. They are followed and forced to share their daily activities with people that are not part of our family because they follow us, they tape us, they put devices in our houses, in our cars. I'm being taped from my computers as well as my room or any spaces that I occupy. So it's something in here. Like I said, I feel like I heard it through this wall right here. But that's it. So it's like any space that I occupy, they try to break in and put a device or a camera in there. My son was kidnapped because I was trying to protect him and the dog, and they did kidnap my dog too. So that's it, y'all. I just wanted y'all to know what was really going on, and I thought it was important for me to tell you. Have a good day.